In this lecture, I am going to add login functionality to our authentication system. First of all, let's get a URL for the login page. So let's open web.php file which is under routes folder, and let's register a new route for the login page. The route URL will be auth/login and it will execute get login method of auth controller. I did not create the method yet. I will create in a while. Now let's add a route for the action URL for our login form. The route method will be post and URL will be auth/login and it will execute post login method of auth controller. And let's give a name to this route, post login. Now let's open our auth controller and let's add get login and post login method inside auth controller. Public function get login and then public function post login. Let's get request object as a parameter here. I will write my login logic inside post login method and I will return a view file for the login page from get login method. So first of all, let's create a view file for login page. I will create the view file under resources views auth folder. Let's create a file called login.blade.php and let's copy the code from register.blade.php file to login.blade.php file. And our login form don't need first name and last name field, so let's remove these fields from here. Let's remove email help text from email field and let's remove confirm password field. Let's remove this error message for terms error, and we do not need terms and condition checkbox in login form, but we need remember me checkbox in our login form. So let's add remember me text here and let's rename it to remember me. And let's add a value to this checkbox field. And now instead of already have an account sign in here, I will write don't have an account sign up here, and let's provide the sign up page URL link to this anchor tag. What is the route name of our sign up page? It is get register. Now let's give action URL to this login form. What is the action URL of our login form is post login, which I created few minutes ago, and the ID of this login form will be login form. And let's rename it to sign in, and let's return this view file from get login method of auth controller. Return view auth dot login, because our login.blade.php file is under auth folder. And then let's add login page URL link to this login button. Let's open our main layout.blade.php file and let's add login page URL link to this login button. What is the route name of our login form page? It is get login. And I will add an active class to this login button whenever we are on the login page. So I am checking if the current route name is get login, then I am adding an active class to this login button, I mean login link. Now let's refresh the page and click on this login link. You can see we are in the login page and our login button is active. Now I need to modify something for the Google reCAPTCHA field in login form. You can see data callback function is reCAPTCHA data callback registered. This will be data callback login for the Google reCAPTCHA field in login form, and for data expert callback this should be reCAPTCHA expert callback login. Now we need to create these two functions in our author.js file. Okay, let's rename the ID of this hidden input field to hidden reCAPTCHA login, and then let's rename the ID of this error div to hidden reCAPTCHA login error. Now let's open our author.js file and let's copy these two lines from here, and for the data callback for Google reCAPTCHA in login form, it will call this function. So let's rename this function to reCAPTCHA data callback login, and for data expert callback function it will call this function. Okay, and the input field ID is hidden reCAPTCHA login, and the error div is hidden reCAPTCHA login error. What am I doing here? Basically, data callback function will be called whenever an user will check this Google reCAPTCHA field. Okay, so this function will be called whenever an user will check this checkbox, and we can get a response from Google reCAPTCHA field, and I am storing this response value to a hidden field of ID hidden reCAPTCHA login, which is this input field, and this function will be called whenever our Google reCAPTCHA will be expired, and then I am making the value of this hidden input field to blank whenever our Google reCAPTCHA is expired. Now let's add client side and server side validation rule for the for the login form. So you can see I already added client side validation for our registration form. So let's copy this code from here and let's put it here, and the ID of our login form is login form, and our login form doesn't have first name last name field. So let's remove this from these rules, and let's remove remote rules from email field, and let's remove the rules from confirm password and terms and condition checkbox, because we don't have confirm password and terms and condition checkbox in our login form. Let's remove these messages, and let's modify this message. Email is required. You can add the messages as per your choice. Now whenever there is a validation message for the Google reCAPTCHA field in our login form, then I will store the validation message inside hidden reCAPTCHA error div, hidden reCAPTCHA login error div, which is this div. Okay, now let's check our client side validation is working or not. Let's refresh the form and try to submit the form. You can see our client side validation is working. Yeah, our client side validation is working. Now let's add server side validation for our login form. Let's disable our client side validation because we need to check our server side validation, and let's add server side validation in our post login method. So I'm adding validation rules like this way. Our email field will be required, and it should be a valid email address, and our password field will be required, and minimum of 6 characters and max of 100 characters. And GReCAPTCHA field will also be required because we need to pass Google reCAPTCHA through this form. Now let's check our server-side validation is working or not. Let's submit the form. You can see our server-side validation is working. Now let's check Google reCAPTCHA response in server-side. I already checked Google reCAPTCHA in server-side during registration process. Okay, so let's copy this code from here. Paste that here. What am I doing here? Okay, first of all, let's remove this code from here. What am I doing here? I am storing GReCAPTCHA response value to a variable called GReCAPTCHA. Then I am calling this API by Kajal HTTP client, and I am passing Google reCAPTCHA secret and the response coming to this login form. Google reCAPTCHA response coming to this login form. Now we are getting a response back from this API, and I am storing it to body variable. Now I am checking if body success is true. That means if our Google reCAPTCHA is valid, then we will proceed to our login logic. And if Google reCAPTCHA is not valid, then I will redirect the user back to login page with an error message invalid reCAPTCHA. Now let's write the logic for our login functionality. First of all, I will check if there is an user or users table with the email address coming to this request. So I'm checking user where email is equal to request email. And let's grab the first record. Now I will check if there is no user with this email address, then I will redirect the user back to login page with an error message. Email is not registered. Email is not you can add the message as per your choice. And if there is any user with the email address, then I will check if the email is valid, if the user is verified his email address or not. You can see we have a column email verified at inside our users table, and this column is by default null. So I am checking if user email verified at column is null, that means user did not verify his email address. If user did not verify his email address, then I will redirect the user back to login page with an error message, email is not verified. And if user already verified his email address, then I will check user status. I already added is active column to our users table. I added this column because in your case there may be an admin panel from where from where admin can active or inactive a user so that user cannot log in to the system. Okay, so I am checking if user is not active. If user is active, then I will redirect the user back to login page with an error message, user is not active, user is not active, contact admin. and if the user is active, then I will check user's credentials. So I will check user's credentials through auth helper in Laravel, auth attempt. We need to provide users email and password here. You can pass users email and password like this way, or you can simply pass user email and password like this way, request only email password, and then I will pass true or false here. This is actually for remember me. Okay, so I'm storing remember me in a variable. I'm checking, basically I'm checking if user checked remember me field, yes or no. If user checked remember me field during login, then I'm storing true to this variable, and if the user did not check remember me variable, then I'm storing false to this variable. Now let's pass this variable here. Okay, and if this is true, that means user's credentials are correct. If this is not true, then I will redirect the user back to login page with an error message, invalid credentials. And if the credentials are correct, then I will print a message, login successful. Later I will redirect the user back to dashboard page when I will create the dashboard link for the user. Now let's check if our login functionality is working or not. Let's enable our client-side validation, and now I will log in with an email address which is not registered to our system. You can see we are redirecting back with an error message, email is not registered. Now try to log in with an email address which is registered and which is not active. Let's update this column to 0, that means user is not active, and let's register with the correct credential. You can see credentials are correct but user is not active, so he cannot be logged into the system. Let's modify this column to 1, and now let's check. First of all, let's update this column to null, that means user's email is not verified, and let's try to log in with the correct credentials. You can see email is not verified, and let's update this column to a value. Then let's try with incorrect credentials but valid email address. Email is valid, but let's enter invalid password and try to log in. You can see invalid credentials. Okay, now let's provide valid password and valid email address. You can see login is successful. Now I will redirect the user back to dashboard page. So first of all, I will create a dashboard page link. So I am on my project root and I am opening Git bash from here. I will create a controller called profile controller. So PHP artisan make controller profile controller. And now let's open profile controller and let's get a method called dashboard public function dashboard, and I will return a view file from this method. Return view. I did not create any view for dashboard, so let's create a view file for dashboard page. Inside views folder, let's create a folder called profile, and under profile folder, let's create a file called dashboard.blade.php. Now let's copy the code from our home page and let's paste it to our dashboard page. Now let's remove this code from here and let's remove this align center. For now, let's write dashboard from here and let's return the view from this dashboard method, profile.dashboard. Now let's add a route for the dashboard page. The route method will be get and URL will be profile/dashboard, and it will execute profile controller dashboard method, and the name of the route will be dashboard. This route will not be accessible without login. Okay, I will protect this route by making middleware later. For now, this is like this, and whenever our user is entered his correct credentials, then I will redirect the user back to dashboard page. So I will write return redirect route. What is the route name of our dashboard page? It is dashboard. We can add a flash message here, flash success message, if you want. With success, login successful. If you wish to add a message, you can add. Now let's get back to our login page and let's log in with the correct credential. You can say login successful. Now I am in the dashboard page. In the next lecture, I will design our dashboard page and I will add edit profile functionality to our authentication system. So stay connected.